This Group B? Oh, Reen. You're ready to depart too, I see. Yeah, we were just about to leave. Oh, great. Don't you still need to purchase your tickets? Oh, yeah, you're right. It looks like we'll be traveling together as far as Heimdallr this time. Very well, let's stop dallying and buy them already. So we're going on the same train until a certain point? Oh, hey. Oh yeah, this is the first time we've been in the same group, isn't it, Fee? This should be fun. I guess. Don't know if I can say that about everyone, though. Things don't seem too bright for the other group. Good luck, Fee. Are you going to buy your tickets? Now I'm hungry. Just leave Group B to me. I know I was kind of a pain in the ass before, and I caused everyone a whole lot of trouble. So I want to make up for it by keeping everything moving along smoothly this time. So long as you don't forget to fulfill your duties as our class's vice president. Now see here, who went and made you the boss? Easy there, Machias. I trust you to take care of things. We also received packed lunches from Sharon. The time has come to witness the skill of your household maid, Elisa. Right. Well, at least with Sharon you can expect quality. Why do you have to bicker? Why? Can't we just get along? Good morning, Class 7. What's that? Good morning, Class 7. I hear Group A is heading all the way out to the Nord Highlands this month. You heard right. We'll need to change trains twice. First in Heimdallr, then in Roer, right? Correct. From Roer, you'll need to transfer to a freight line for the last leg of your journey. Regrettably, we can't handle that part of your trip here. Actually, it seems arrangements have already been made for that segment. We should only need to buy tickets for as far as Roer. Ah, that won't be a problem then. Do you want them right now? Certainly. Okay, that's 5 passengers bound for Roer. You'll have those tickets for you in just a moment. Off we go. So are we all getting on the same train? Yep. So we'll be splitting up at some point. Passengers of service bound for Heimdallr, now arriving on platform 2. We ask that all passengers wishing to board please wait on the platform until the train has come to a complete stop. Huh, I'd say we timed that pretty well. Impeccable timing. True. It seems there's a 2-woman cold front blowing your way. Well, don't worry about us. We'll see what we can do to thaw them out. Yeah, just don't expect them to be weaving each other flower crowns when we get back, okay? Alright, we'll leave them to you then. Good luck. If it's anything like Machias and Eustace, they're gonna need it. Yeah, so we're all getting on the same train. Here we are. And I guess this is the time to be playing Blade. Wow, these sandwiches really hit the spot. Ham, lettuce, and cheese. I'm getting a hint of pickle in there too. The ingredients are simple enough, but the way they come together is something special. Even the butter tastes different from what I'm used to. And this tea is equally perfect. The zest of the lemon complements the taste perfectly. You have quite the maid looking after you. Well, Mother hired her, not me. She's a talented maid, though, I won't deny that. She handles the typical housework and greeting guests, as you'd expect, but she also manages Mother's schedule. Wow. Managing the company's chairman's schedule doesn't really sound like part of the typical maid job's description. She really is that talented, though, which is why I can't work out why my mother sent her here to look after me. Those two are up to something, I just know it. Regardless, there are definitely perks to having her around. I think you should accept your mother's kindness. I agree. She must have started working before sunrise to prepare all of this for us. I know. Anyway, look at those two. So, we're headed to Brionia Island this time. All I know about it is that it hosts some sort of ancient ruins. I'm not certain what to expect. Come to think of it, this will be the first time I've had a chance to see the ocean. What about you two? Now that you mention it, I've never seen it either. I have. Oh, really? During a landing operation in the core. Oh, speaking of ruins, Legram has some fairly well-known ruins, doesn't it, Laura? Oh yeah, the Saint's Castle or something like that. He must be referring to... Oh god. Lohengrin Castle. It's a magnificent stronghold that faces out on the lake. You can see it from the town itself. It's quite beautiful on the days when the mist clears. Oh wow. It sounds like a sight worth seeing. Seems like you'd be in trouble if a skilled sniper sets himself up there. Really, Fee? Doesn't sound like they're getting along very well. I feared as much. I doubt B is doing it on purpose. Laura seems uncharacteristically offended by it too. Yeah, she's only usually so composed, but something about Fee seems to get under her skin. I'd love to take a train trip one day. Even if it's just simply to go... I don't know if I can say just to go somewhere and back. Because that just sounds awful wasteful. So this is Heimdallr. Alright. It never ceases to amaze me just how big Heimdallr Station is. I've heard it said it's not merely the largest station in Erebonia, but on the entire continent. I'm unaware of another station that can match the 10 tracks found here. When I first transferred lines here on the way to Trista, the amount of people I saw really threw me for a loop. But it's not surprising to think that there aren't as many folks around this early in the morning. Sorry, I don't think we're going to be able to do this. Hang on, you can't give up already. How hopeless. Well, don't worry about it too much. The most important thing is that we all come back safe and sound. Everything else is secondary. I suppose you're right. We'll try and keep things from getting too dangerous at least. Anyway, this is where we split up. If you're traveling toward Ordis, you'll be heading west, right? Indeed. Meanwhile, Group A will need to travel northeast to Roer first. I'm so jealous you get to visit Gaius' homeland. You'd better tell us all about it when you get back. Will do. Take care, everyone.
V, Laura, you both take care too. We'll see you all next week. Quite.
Why doesn't anyone come out and just say the way you're acting is dumb or something? Girl's voice. Is that who I think? Is that Ring's sister?
Is something on your mind, Elise?
Yep.
Has some rugged, handsome young man caught your eye? Like your brother, perhaps?
Please, Your Highness.
Highness?
I just thought I saw someone I recognized, but it couldn't possibly have been him. I can't imagine what would bring him to the capital this early in the morning.
Someone you recognized? I wonder. But I knew you wouldn't deny it. That your brother is handsome, I mean.
Please. I knew that I shouldn't have told you about him.
Oh, come now, I'm only teasing. There's no need to sulk. I'll give you a little something from Mariage Cross to make up for it.
Oh.
But that's an adult lingerie brand.
Oh, okay.
Please excuse us, Captain Claire.
I'm
Hey.
sorry. I hope I haven't sullied your ears with our scandalous conversation.
Not at all, Your Highness.
It's her.
I came to inform you that the special train to the Imperial Villa will be arriving shortly. I look forward to accompanying you today.
Alright, well,
It'll be a pleasure to have you with us.
Certainly.
they're in capable hands then. She certainly saved our ass back in Celtic. So, I mean, they just merely showed up, but I don't know. We'll see. So now we're heading for Roer, huh? Alright, let me tell you a bit more about the Nord Highlands. The Nord Highlands are a mountainous region in the northeast of Arabonia. To get there, we'll need to cross the Isengard Range.
That's the mountain range to the north of Roer. I'm guessing we'll need to pass through quite a few tunnels to get through to the other side.
Pretty much. I went through several when I was originally traveling to Trista. Anyway, when you reach the other side, you'll be in the Nord Highlands, surrounded on every side by mountains. Other than the Imperial Army's bases, the only place you'll find people is in nomadic settlements like the one I'm from. If anything, we'll have more sheep than people. Wow, really? Starting to feel like we're traveling to a country locked in time or something.
It sounds like a scene right out of a picture book.
In addition to the scenery, the Nord Highlands are also well known for their breeding and raising of horses. Most of the war horses used by the Imperial Army are descended from Highland stock. That's true. Horses are essential to the livelihoods of the folks in my village. Raising horses to be used by the Arabonians is one of my people's primary sources of income. Come to think of it, I seem to remember hearing that the horses we have at home was raised in Nord too.
Isn't that also true of the horses the riding club uses?
Correct. All of them originally came from Nord. Even the golden stallion on the Empire's emblem is said to depict a war horse raised in the Highlands. Or so the story goes, at least.
Nord has deep historical ties to the Empire. We know today that it's where the Emperor Dracul's first started building his army, after all.
That's right. The Imperial Army still maintains a base on the southern edge of the Highlands, Zender Gate. That's as far north as the train can take us. I see. We should arrive there somewhere around 4 in the afternoon then.
Yeah, but it's just past 8 a.m. now. We should reach Roer Station by midday. After that, we have another 4 or so hours on the freight train to Nord.
Looks like we're in it for the long haul.
Still, we won't get chances like this often, so let's try and make the most out of it. Not too much longer now.
I guess this will be your first time back home since you started at Thors, right? Does it feel a little awkward going back after you ran away from home?
A little, yeah. At least we're only changing trains there, so I don't have to leave the station.
I haven't been in Roer since I switched lines there on the way to Trista.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. If you came from Ymir, you had to have gone through Roer. I visited Ymir once when I was a kid, but I haven't been there since. I remember it being really nice place, though. The scenery was so beautiful.
Oh, didn't know you'd actually been. Yeah, it really is beautiful. A place that nice doesn't fit a guy like me. Are you still sulking over what that twit said during our last practical exam? Pay the House of High Arms little mind, and their fool of a third son even less.
I don't think he meant most of those awful things he said. Yeah, it seemed like his anger just got the better of him. I'll bet he regretted it later.
And regardless of what he thinks, we all think you're a swell guy, as a classmate and as a friend. So don't be so hard on yourself. Thanks, guys. It means a lot to hear you say that.
You're so hopeless sometimes, Reen. It's early, it's easy to forget, but in traveling to the Nord Highlands, we'll actually be leaving the country. It feels strange heading out beyond our borders, a little emotional even.
Yeah, we've got a long journey ahead of us. I can only wonder what kind of things they'll have us doing when we get there.
I can't even begin to imagine. Each month has to throw something new at us. I am a little worried about how Fee is holding up, though. Yeah, there's definitely something going on between her and Laura. But I'm not sure there's anything we can do about that.
I'm sure Elliot and Machias will keep an eye on those two for us. We've got our own battles to face. I'd like us all to come back from this trip in one piece.
You're right, of course.
The horses of the Nord Highlands are known for being some of the finest in the continent. With their solid builds, high endurance, and steadfast loyalty to their masters, they truly are the ideal steeds. The Highlands are far from the only place that raises horses, but the horses from Nord are in a class all their own. Sounds like you couldn't find a better horse if you searched across the Empire. Though now I can see why Arthur is such an impressive specimen. Who? Oh, Arthur's the horse we have back at home. My dad would often ride him out hunting with our old dog, Badu. Back when I was a kid, he'd lift me up on his back and let me ride him around. I see. This will be an excellent opportunity to learn more about how the Empire's finest horses are raised right at the source. Wow, he seems like he's really into it. One sec. Alright guys, well, here's a sight for sore eyes. Haven't soaked in scenery like this since I first came to Trista. I hope everyone in the settlement is doing well. He seems really happy to be headed home. I've always been curious, how did you end up coming to Thors anyway? Well, about a year ago, I met a general in the Imperial Army up in Nord. One thing led to another, and he ended up giving me a recommendation to attend the academy. He was strangely adamant that my skill with a spear would come in handy during my time at Thors. Guess he was right. I can see why an Imperial general might take interest in your spearmanship. Our cavalry's lance and spear training has its origins not just in the tales of the Eisenritter, but in the traditions of the Highlands as well. Oh, that's pretty interesting. It's just recently that I've been learning how far back the connection between Nord and Erebonia goes. Indeed. Alright, before we play Blade, let's save in case it crashes on us. Alright, Elisa,
Let's get started.
you're first.
Go on, draw a card. Looks like I'm going first.
She probably has a lot of stuff at her disposal. Oh shoot. Wasn't paying attention. Well, I got the 50 EXP. Whatever. Oh shoot. Blade, Emma.
Please go easy on me.
You're not going easy on me, so no.
Shall we draw then? Oh, it looks as though the first move is yours.
Oh shoot, why did I do
We
that?
have the same score. Let's draw
I should have
again.
kept that.
Allow me to play first then.
$18, $22.
Ah, we have the same score. Let's draw again. Oh, it looks as though the first move is yours.
Mirror.
Oh no, this could be trouble. I'm gonna use a bolt card. Sorry, I'm using a mirror.
I'm using Bolt.
Ouch, I wasn't expecting that.
And I
We have the
lose.
same score. Let's draw again. Allow me to play first then. Sorry, I'm using a mirror. It looks as though I win this time.
I lost. Alright. Blade useless.
If we have to.
I really suck at this game.
Draw a card.
Alright, let's
I'll be
see.
going first. Take this.
2. 6.
Take this. How about this?
And how about that?
Oh, you impertinent little... How about this?
Well, you've got me there.
How about this?
Bolt.
Now you've done it.
I lost.
My victory was assured from the start.
Good job, useless. Alright, guys. Now for you and me.
Shall we begin?
This is the first time playing Gaius. Let's see. I really don't get the
Go
good
ahead and draw.
hands.
You should go first then. It seems we need to draw again. You should go first then. It seems we need to draw again. I'll go first then. And I'll use a bolt.
And I will restore it.
And I'll use a bolt.
And I can't restore it.
I hate to do this, but... well done.
Bolt. Mirror.
Huh. Well played. I hate to do this, but...
Alright, fine. Bolt.
well done.
I lost.
It seems the wind is on my side.
I'm really bad at this game. I don't understand like how I should be playing. Oh well, whatever. It didn't crash, so... Schwarz, Drock, Barrier... 1150. The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This special express line is bound for Roer. Our next stop is Roer, the terminus of this express line. Please ensure you have all of your belongings when disembarking the train. Here we are. This is my first visit to the Empire's industrial metropolis. Actually, it's my first time too. I passed through here when I first came to the academy. But even then, I could see why people associated with industry. Feels like the whole city's one big mass of iron. Yeah, it really does have that vibe. What are those cone-shaped towers out in the distance anyway?
Oh, those are the orbital generators for the industrial plants. There are tons of large factories in the city, so they need those to create all the orbital energy needed to power them.
Wow, really?
If I weren't seeing it for myself, I'd be hard-pressed to imagine a city like this.
Well, we've finally made it as far as Roer. We'll need a transfer to a freight line to reach the Nord Highlands from here, right? Right. There will be a freight train leaving from Platform 4 that we need aboard.
Platform 4 is up the staircase and to the left, I think. Alright, let's not waste any time then.
Oh, I have to actually control. Right, I'm heading off.
Okay, don't forget to write. Or to maintain proper hygiene. And make sure you eat a balanced diet.
You got someone taking care of you? Oh, your sister. Alright, let's go.
Come to think of it, it's already past noon. Perhaps we should purchase some lunches for the rest of our journey.
Sounds like a plan. We still have another 4 hours to go. We're going to need to eat something between now and dinner. It seems highly unlikely a freight train would be equipped with vending machines or other such comforts either.
We'll need to go through the ticket gate then. There's a shop in the main part of the station that sells pre-packed lunches.
Oh, there won't be any need for that.
What?
What?
No way.
Sharon?
How?
How did you get here before us? The power of my love for you allows me to do the impossible, my lady. And as you'll see, I've prepared packed lunches for all of you that far surpass this morning's offerings.
How did you get here?
I do hope you'll enjoy them.
Unless she was on the same train as us. But she would have had to have time to
Really appreciate you going
making
to all the
them.
trouble to make these for us.
True. That said, I'm really curious how you got here before us.
It seems that the Rhineford family's maid enjoys a little amusement at the expense of her employer. I imagine you transferred to an airship in the capital?
Ah.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that? You can cut the time from Heimdallr to Roer in half if you travel by airship, I think.
You got me. I took advantage of the opportunity to borrow the airship's kitchen so I could make your lunches as well. They're quite fresh, so take a moment to savor
Okay.
the taste.
Airship.
Well, thank you.
We really do
But
appreciate
why
it.
are you here?
Honestly, I knew you had to be up to something. You're not planning on coming all the way to the Nord Highlands with us now, are you?
I'd love to, but unfortunately, I have some other business I must attend to. I may not be able to return to Trista for a while either.
Other business?
Sharon will be assisting me with my work.
Mum.
It's the mother.
Hello, Elisa. Ah, you all must be members of Class 7.
Hello. Irina
I'm
from...
Elisa's mother, Irina, also the chairman of the Rhineford group. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. I'm Reen Schwarzer.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Emma Milstein.
Gaius Warzel. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Eustace Alborea. A pleasure.
I'm glad you're all managing to get along with my obstinate daughter. I wish I could stay a while, but unfortunately I've work that can't wait. Come along, Sharon.
As you wish, Madam Chairman. What?
Oh, off she goes.
Seriously?
with you, isn't it? You probably didn't even notice I left home until I was already gone. Now it's just, hello, Elisa, and that's it? My lady.
I did get the impression her relationship with her mother wasn't all sunshine and gumdrops.
Seems there's a lot of friction between them.
You can live your life however you see fit. I have no intention of forcing the Rhineford group on you. Even if you decide to follow a certain someone's path and cast aside all sense of responsibility, it's your choice to make. Besides, I still manage to keep myself informed of the general goings-on in your academic life in the monthly reports I receive from the Academy.
What? I knew Sharon would relay back information about me, but reports from the Academy itself?
Oh, you must not have known. In addition to my other responsibilities, I also sit on the Academy's board of directors.
Oh, okay.
Oh my, that means...
Just like Rufus.
It does appear that way. Certainly deemed the chairman of the Rhineford group a canny choice as a member of the board.
The Rhineford group is heavily involved in the development of the Orbal staff, as well as your Arcus.
Well, I kind of figured that much. Like, it was a joint effort between the Epstein Foundation, right?
I must say, I'm quite pleased with the reports I've received on your usage of both. I'm looking forward to seeing the results of this month's field study as well. Do give me some good reading, won't you?
Please excuse us, my lady. Take care during the rest of your journey.
Well, looks like we don't have to go out.
Elisa.
You okay?
You alright?
Walked in on some family troubles here. So now we're on the train to Nord, huh?
Damn it. I thought I finally had her out of my hair, but it looks like she was one step ahead of me the whole time.
I take it you and your mother aren't on good terms then?
Yeah, I think that much was abundantly clear. Things have been rocky between us for a long time now.
One sec. Sorry about that.
Once I left home, that was the first step that led me to enrolling in the academy. But how was I supposed to know I'd gone and signed up for the school she sits on the board of directors of? How could I have been so stupid? Why didn't I conduct more thorough investigation before I made my choice?
I don't know what to say.
You have our sympathies, I suppose.
Is your mother being on the board of directors really such a problem?
Well, it's complicated. Usually, she seems like she's only interested in her work, but then she'll suddenly start meddling in my life. She says she'd to just do what I want, but it always turns out that wherever I go, she's there ahead of me, just like today. I should have known something was up. That bank account my grandfather gave me to cover my academy expenses hasn't taken a dip since my first day at Thors.
So your mother's been paying your bills this whole time?
It does seem like a strong possibility, especially considering her presence on the board of directors.
I can't see what you're grousing about. Most people would be grateful to have a parent display that much interest.
What?
At least your mother spared the time to come and greet us. At least she showed the slightest trace of interest in you and your classmates.
Oh. Eustace.
Forget it. Well, we just entered a tunnel. The first of many, now that we're going through the mountains. I see. Anyway, how about we dig into those lunches Sharon made for us?
That sounds good to me. It seems like she went out of her way to prepare them. Alright. If these are subpar because she had to make do with the airship's kitchen, I won't let her hear the end of it.
Well then, let's dig in. For an 8-hour ride. Good lord. Wow, so you're going to the Highlands for an academy field study? Sounds like you budding soldiers do some pretty interesting things as part of your training these days. I suppose you could say that.
Thors seems quite different from most other military academies in that regard, though.
Still, feels pretty neat to see you all dressed up in your uniforms. Look pretty sharp on you. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Even at the academy, Gaius always stands out because of his height.
Yeah, he towers over even the second years.
Are all the people in your settlement of a similar height? Nah, I'd say my dad is the only one who really has height on me. My younger brother's fairly short, though I wouldn't doubt he has another growth spurt coming his way.
I seem to remember you mentioning you have quite a few siblings.
A younger brother and 2 younger sisters, to be exact. They're a little on the shy side, but I hope you'll get along with them.
Can do.
Still, you look through the window, it really feels like we're getting close to the Highlands now. Indeed. Man, seeing you kids rushing off on some adventure kinda makes me jealous. Anyway, we're about halfway through the Isengard range now. We should reach Zender Gate in 2 hours or so take this time to relax.
Thank you.
We appreciate the info.
Wonder how many other people are going to Nord.
Did you meet him back in the spring when you were on your way to Trista? Yeah, made the same trip back then too. We had plenty of time to kill, so he taught me a lot of about Erebonian culture.
Oh, that's nice.
So you're not completely lost when you get here.
Sounds like a pretty nice guy. I'll bet that served as a pretty useful primer.
It did. There are a lot of people I'm thankful to for helping me come this far. But most of all, I'm thankful to the winds and to the goddess. The winds and the goddess. Classic Gaius. Man, so they said see you next week when we talk to our fellow classmates. Does that mean we'll be here for an entire week? I'm not complaining. I love little field trips. Hey, that looks like we ought to be coming out of the last tunnel any time now.
I see. Elisa, Eustace, we're almost there.
Oh, they were napping. Oh. Sunlight. Kinda hard to admire when there's a mountain covering every other spot.
So this is... I can only just make it out in the distance, but it looks like that's it.
So that's the Nord Highlands. I'll admit, it appears even more breathtaking than I was expecting. I'll be even happier to hear you say so once you've seen it up close. Oh man. 16:30. Oh man, 4:30 in the afternoon. Zender Gate. Ah, you arrived. Wait a minute. Is that who I think it is? It's a pleasure to see you again, Lieutenant General. Likewise. It's been months since I last saw you. Seems almost surreal to see you standing there in a military academy uniform. though this is the first time I've seen the Thors ensemble in red. This is the color they use for my class, Class 7.
It looks like he's pretty high up in the Imperial Army.
Yeah, I'm betting he's the Lieutenant General in charge of Zender Gate.
He seems quite close to Gaius.
An Imperial General with an eye patch. That seems familiar somehow. These must be your classmates. Indeed, these are about half of my classmates from Class 7. I'm Rein Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Alyssa Reinford, sir. I'm Emma Milstein, sir.
Eustace Alborea. It's an honor. Huh. Seems like your classmates are as interesting a bunch as I heard. Zechs Vander. He was in Sky SC, wasn't he? I believe this is the same guy, or am I thinking of someone else? I'm Zechs Vander, commanding officer of the Imperial Army's 3rd Armored Division. Pleased to finally meet you. One-Eyed Zechs? So, you're one of the guardians of the Arner family. Oh, it seems some of you already know of me.
A guardian of the Arner family? Ah, now I remember.
The Vanders are a celebrated military family responsible for the protection of the Imperial family. And One-Eyed Zechs Vander is said to be one of the Imperial Army's finest generals. They say the Vander and the Arcade... It's Arcade, right? Sorry, Laura. Schools of swordsmanship are the 2 most renowned styles in Erebonia. It's truly an honor to meet you, sir. Huh, I'm just a military man, hardly deserving of quite that level of praise. I'd love to hear all about all of you and your excursion to the Highlands, but unfortunately we don't have the time. You should set out as soon as possible if you want to reach the settlement by nightfall. I agree. Were you able to take care of all the arrangements? I did, rest assured.
What arrangements? We need to head out now if we want to reach Gaius' home by sundown, right?
Right, which is why I asked the Lieutenant General to arrange some transportation for us. Huh, alright, just follow me and I'll show you the way. Sorry about this, folks. Allergy season. Sucks. Got a lot going on. Wow. Oh, it's this song. This is a song I've listened to it plenty of times, but nowadays I usually skip it whenever I'm listening to it on the CD. I figured it was something like this. It was either going to be like some kind of like a mountain range or a forest. That's what I was expecting this theme to be.
It's simply breathtaking.
I had no idea a land so beautiful lay at the far end of the railway. Honestly, I suppose words are woefully insufficient in face of such majesty. Huh, glad to hear you think so. But that... a horse! We're riding horses? No way. Horses? Are you saying we're to travel to the settlement on horseback? The Highlands are way too vast to cover in any reasonable length of time on foot. You'll be fine. You're a member of the riding club, and Rein and Elisa both have riding experience, right?
Yeah, I think I can manage.
I learned back at home, so I should be okay as long as we aren't making any trick jumps or anything.
I'm afraid I've never ridden a horse before.
Not a problem. You can just hitch a ride on the back of someone else's horse. Elisa would probably be the best choice, considering the balance of weight.
I can do that. Is that alright with you, Emma? Yes, although I do feel a little nervous.
Let's mount up at once then. Yes is looking forward to it. Okay, steady now, steady. This is a fine horse.
Are you doing okay back there, Emma? Yes, I'm fine, I think. Make sure you to hold on tight when we start moving.
This should be a fun trip. They're all top quality horses raised here in the Highlands. At a good clip, you should be able to reach the settlement in under an hour. Oh, and before I forget, I'm sure Gaius won't have much need of this, but the rest of you should take a map of the Highlands. A map?
Thank you. Wow! Such a high level of detail.
It looks as though the Army's surveying expertise is being put to good use. Indeed, I hope it'll prove useful during your field study. Thank you very much, sir. Alright, that's about it from me. You should be heading out. May the blessing of the winds and the goddess be with you. Give my regards to the elder and Lacan. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I just went with the first pronunciation that came to my head. We will.
Thank you for seeing us off, sir.
If you'll excuse us, then. Horses!
This is worlds apart from the bustle of the city.
Yeah, it is.
It is. With the wind. Indeed, but if you didn't go too fast, that would be great.
I'm sure it will feel natural in time. No doubt the riding club would be fuming with envy if they could see us now.
Yeah, probably.
I'll bet.
Anyway, my home settlement is due northeast of here. Hopefully we'll be able to reach it before sundown.
Right.
Let's go. What? I get to control? How to ride the horse. Horseback riding controls are largely the same as those for regular movement. Use the left stick to move and dash by pressing the R1 button. So there's a little bit of like birth that you gotta give. So I can use circle to dismount whenever the game lets me.
Yeah.
This is awesome, man. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. So there's a watchtower that way. There's the nomadic settlement that way. Alright everyone, welcome to my preview of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. What's over there? Is it just grass and a rock? It's a bush. I saw it from a distance and I was like, that's gotta be something.
You're as excited as a child.
I think I'm just caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
Can I go up stuff? Nope. This is a... It may be a little bare, but it is beautiful. Alright. Part of me wants to explore, but I get the feeling that we're going to have to do stuff anyway. I want to know what that is. So, which way do we go? The plains are so vast that it's surprisingly easy to lose your sense of direction. True, maybe it'd help if I showed you a couple major landmarks to help get your bearings. Over that way is Zender Gate. That's where we set out from. That landmark over there is triangular rock, sort of the centerpiece of this part of the Highlands.
It's so massive.
The farther away we can see it from, the better of a landmark it'll be.
Oh, what's that building over to the left of it?
Oh, that? It's a watchtower built by the Imperial Army in the southeastern part of the Highlands. Heard they built it to keep an eye on the Calvard Republic out to the east.
So that's an Imperial Army watchtower.
I suppose it should serve as come as no surprise that the army would want a watchtower here. True, the Highlands border both Calvard and Erebonia, much like Crossbow. Yep, and finally, if you look toward those mountains, my home is out in that direction. Ah, gotcha.
Let me take another look at the map. Okay, I think I have a better idea where everything is now.
It seems like we ought to keep this map handy until we're more familiar with the Highlands, though.
Come to think of it, what are those stone pillars over there? Oh, now that you point them out, I'm surprised I didn't notice them before.
They seem man-made, or at the very least, not the sort of construct nature would leave lying about. There are quite a few similar objects and structures scattered across the Highlands. Most folks think they're what remains of the Neolithic civilization that existed here over 1,000 years ago. Wow, that's pretty far back. I suppose in a way, they're not dissimilar from the Animist ruins in Erebonia.
Perhaps not.
I'm not surprised you're curious about them, but we should save that discussion for later. Right now we need to reach the settlement before sundown. Right.
Okay, let's ride.
Alright, well... I do kind of want to explore a bit. But I guess we'll be here for a while. Ooh, okay. Okay, so I just checked. Yeah, there's none to really find now. So we'll just do what Gaius tells us.
The sun's almost down.
We're almost at the settlement. Let's keep up the pace, guys.
Yeah, let's go. I wonder, is, you know, I'll keep that in my head for now.